Hello guys, today I am talking about what to stock up on for when the second wave of COVID hits. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we put up new videos. Hello, I am Tara, the author of the Dining on a Dime Cookbook, where you can eat better, spend less. We have a new hardcover with full color pictures and over 1,200 recipes and tips to help you save money on your grocery bill. Check it out at livingonadime.com. All right, so I am sick. I have been coughing, sore throat, headache, body's hurting for the last 2 days. No, I'm pretty sure it's not COVID. Don't have a fever. Haven't lost my taste of smell. Haven't lost my taste or my smell. So I don't think it's that. I think it's just a cold. But it got me to thinking, if there is a second wave of COVID that comes through, you need to stock up, and you need to stock up on practical things. I've watched several videos and they're saying things like stock up on wheat berries, stock up on apple cider vinegar. Guys, that is not practical. I'm talking practical stocking up in case a second wave hits. Number one, get cough medication. Okay, this thing has a cough. So it would make sense that you would need some kind of cough medicine. Now, this is not advice from a doctor by any stretch of the imagination, but from my family, I get things like NyQuil so that, with the alcohol, so that you can sleep at night when you are sick. And along with that, get something like Dayquil or some multi-purpose cough, cold, flu symptoms that's got the painkiller and the cough suppressant all in one, so you're not taking a whole bunch of pills. So the Dayquils, those kinds of things will help you to not have to remember to take so many pills, and you can just take one every however many hours it recommends without having to keep track of all these different things. So stock up on some kind of cough medication. If you go and you can't get it at the store, just get whatever you can. If you can't get cough medication, I have a really good homemade cough syrup that works really well. You can get it at livingonadime.com. You can also use things like Vicks Vapor Rub on the bottoms of your feet, put them on the bottoms of your feet with socks on, and do things like cook up some onions, cool them slightly. You want them warm but not hot. Put them in a towel and set them on whoever's coughing chest. This has worked as a home remedy for my family for years. The other thing is to get yourself some whiskey. Now, you don't need a lot, just a couple of teaspoons to a tablespoon, and that will help knock down the cough. Now, once again, this is not medical advice. This is just things that I do practically with my family. Next is cough drops. This COVID, one of the things is a cough. Make sure you have cough drops on hand. This should go without saying, but it's common sense things that people, everyday things that people keep forgetting. So make sure you have some cough drops on hand to help with that continual cough. The next is get some kind of a painkiller. Make sure you have your ibuprofens, your aspirin, your Tylenol, your Aleve, whatever it is you prefer. Get some kind of painkiller and make sure you have it on hand. Get some electrolytes. If you get diarrhea or nausea with this, you're going to need to replenish your body with some electrolytes. Now, if you don't have electrolytes, that sounds like something really fancy, but basically it's Gatorade. And if electrolytes don't work, you could just add a little extra salt. Have them drink, whoever's sick, have them drink just a little bit of extra salt water. And that will help them not to get dehydrated. Now, you can get Gatorade or whatever you want is fine. That is expensive though. So what I do is I just get a bottle of electrolytes like this, and then I just put a couple in the water, tea, whatever they're drinking. That way they can stay hydrated and not get dehydrated if they're nauseated and throwing up, having diarrhea, that kind of thing. Vitamin D is always a good immune system builder. Make sure you have vitamin D on hand. Get your vitamin D built up. A lot of people aren't drinking milk these days, and you're lacking in vitamin D. Vitamin D is a huge problem. Lack of vitamin D is a huge problem in the United States, especially with people not drinking fortified milk so much anymore. So make sure you get enough vitamin D. And I was told by several different doctors that anybody north of Atlanta, Georgia, doesn't get enough sunlight to have vitamin D properly in their body. So even here in Colorado, even though the sun's out all the time, it's colder in the winter, so we don't go outside as much. So get yourself some vitamin D. Vitamin C, it's another big immune system builder. Vitamin C you need to have on hand all the time. Think back to the old days with scurvy, that kind of thing. Vitamin C is something that is an essential vitamin that you need. Lysine and elderberry are two really good immune system building supplements. I use them all the time. Today, I'm sick. I started pumping the elderberry, started giving it to everybody in the house so that hopefully I'm the only one who gets sick and nobody else will get sick. But elderberry has been great for our family. I've told this story before, but our one son, he would get sick literally every 6 to 8 weeks, and he would be sick for 6 to 8 weeks. So we would have a 6 to 8 week of this horrible all day, all night coughing. He would be fine for 6 or 8 weeks, and then he would get sick again. We have been doing the elderberry, and no one has gotten sick like that, especially him. It has just been beautiful. It's absolutely been great. So I love the elderberry. It seems to help. Tissues. Get some tissues. If you're going to have a runny nose or anything like that, get yourself some tissues to make sure you have those on hand, because toilet paper it's fine, but it can be kind of rough. And don't forget, if you can't get tissues, just use something like an old-fashioned hanky. You can use a cut-up towel, you can use a cut-up t-shirt, and then just throw it in the washing machine, bleach it, clean it, and your rag will be fine. Foods. Get some easy-to-cook foods on hand, especially if mom gets sick. Get your macaroni and cheese, get your minute rice, get mashed potatoes, get saltines. Those are all easy on the stomach, especially the saltines and the mashed potatoes and the minute rice. But those are easy on the stomach. You can eat them a little bit better. The kids, if they're 8 years old or older, can probably fix them themselves. So get easy things on hand. Your cereal, your milks, all those granola bars. Get some things on hand that the kids can eat if mom is down sick and can't cook. All right, and last but not least, keep calm. The fact of the matter is, if you are under 70 years old and do not have pre-existing conditions, you have a 99.5% survival rate. If you are under the age of 20, you have a 99.997% survival rate. Do you know what that means? That means if you went to the doctor and he said, guess what, you have cancer, but you have a chance of 99.5% of surviving this, you would be ecstatic. Stop freaking out. It's ridiculous. The only reason why the news is making a big deal about this is because it is an election year. And because of politics, all these governors and everybody is just trying to scare people. Stop giving into the fear and stop being ruled by your fear. The facts are you have a 99.5% chance of surviving this. And the majority of people who have died from this have had other pre-existing conditions. The same thing happens with the flu. You need to stop giving into your fear and stop listening to the news and listen to the facts. And the facts are you are more than likely going to be okay. Now, don't be stupid. Of course, if you have pre-existing conditions, diabetes, heart disease, if you're over 70, take your precautions. Be careful. But you should do that all the time, anytime with the flu or whatever. And do these things, get all these things that I recommended from the grocery store now, before you're sick, so you're not going to the store when you're sick to get these things. This is just common sense. But it's like everybody has just absolutely lost their flipping minds over this. It's absolutely ridiculous. So get prepared, get what you need and have it on hand, but stop giving in to your fear. We have a freebie for you, our Dining on a Dime Cookbook ebook, Volume 1. If you go click on our shop at livingonadime.com, put the ebook in your cart, use the coupon code with no spaces and hit apply, and you will get it free from us. We will see you guys next time.